Namaste and welcome guys to 10-minute yogas. Today we're going to do a 10-minute sequence for post-running stretch. So if you've just done a long run, this will be really good to release the lower body and the lower back and spine. All right, so let's get started. Come to the tops of mats. We're going to have our big toes together, heels slightly apart, standing tall. First one we just want to do is open up the feet about shoulder width apart, hands on the side of hips. Bend the knees as much as you need to. We're going to hinge forward, extend the spine as far forward as we can. And from here, we're going to try and sort of like sandwich our fingers with our belly and thighs. So bend the knees as much as you need to, stacking the belly, chest on top of the thighs here. Once we're here, release the hands down to the floor, release the neck, and let the head hang. So staying in this sequence, we want the weight distribution between the balls and the feet somewhat equal, or more to the balls and feet, less on the weight on the heels, probably 40%. But what's most important is to keep the chest and belly close to the thighs. Don't lose the contact. For the next 3 to 5 breaths, we're going to slowly lift the tailbone up towards the sky. As you exhale, draw the belly in and lift up slightly a bit more. You should feel a slightly more intense stretch in the hamstrings, buttocks, the hips, and the lower back. Again, inhale, prep, exhale, lift a little bit higher. Last 2, 3 more. Inhale, prep, exhale, lift a little bit higher. Make sure to maintain belly, chest, and hips to the thighs. Inhale, exhale, pull a little bit deeper. One last breath, inhale, exhale, full as deep as you can. And from here, we're going to slowly shift the weights back towards the heels and roll up to standing. Nice and slow. Keep the spine rounded. And inhale, arms up. Exhale, fold down one more time. Step back, downward dog. So in your downward dog, make sure the palms and feet align. Lift the hips as far back as you can. And we're just going to lift the heels off, bend the knees, and once again, bringing the chest and belly as close to the thighs as we can. Staying here for 5 deep breaths. See if you can bend the knees a little bit more. Stay on the balls of the feet, heels lifted. Bring the compression between the chest, belly, and thighs a little bit more. Now, as you're descending, as you exhale, you're melting the hearts towards the mat, opening up the shoulders as well. Last 2 breaths here. One last one. Now, lift the hips back and up as high as you can. Slowly ground the heels down. Now, slowly lift the left leg up to a 3-legged dog. Keep the hips squared. Extend the heel as high up as you can. Keep the shoulders squared as much as you can. And draw the belly in. On the next exhale, bend the left knee. Open up the left hip. Point the toes towards the ground. And try to stack the hips on top of each other. In this case, the left hip is over the right. And slowly come back to 3-legged dog. Drive the knee into the chest as you shift to 3-legged plank. Drop the left foot between the thumbs. Drop the right knee. Come to low lunge. Inhale, arms up. Exhale, interlace your fingers behind your back. Now point the index down towards the mat. Draw the shoulder blades closer to each other and lunge into that left ankle. So really want to firm up the right buttock. We're opening up the right hips now and opening up our thoracic spine. 3 deep breaths here. And as you release, come to half splits. So in your half splits, shift as far back as you can, but make sure the right hip is over the knee and the left leg is straight. So press the heel into the mat, engaging the back of the legs, firming up the front of the thighs and the shins. Inhale, lift the heart. Exhale, fold down. If you want to try with no fingers to maintain balance, that's an option. Otherwise, you can have your fingertips down if you just want to relax and not worry too much about the balance part. Okay, now rebend the left knee, come into low lunge once more. Now we open up the left hip, have your right palm support you, twist, coming onto the outer edges of the left foot. We're just going to gently Nudge the left knee down towards the mat a little bit more using the left hand. Feel that extension of opening of the left hip on the side. Stretch the groin. Now, careful the body not to let it lean too far out to the right. You want to stay as center as possible. It's the left hip that's opening, dropping the left knee towards the ground. Option here, you can continue on, stay in this pose, or bend the right knee, reach the left hand, grab hold of the foot, pull the knee in towards the buttock. And this is a very deep stretch, so you really want to pay attention here. And be mindful, of course. Just keep breathing. Last 2 deep breaths here. And slowly release. Coming back to the half split position. I'm going to show you from this direction. Now pivot on the right knee. So your body's facing out. Lift the left foot up. Bring the right arm up. Left hand on the shin. And slowly extend from the right hip down to the fingertips towards the left foot. This is a side bend. Still stretching the hamstrings, but we're adding a little side bend here. Okay, great. Come back up, release, find yourself back in downward dog. Gonna go the opposite side. Right leg up, 3-legged dog. Inhale. Exhale, bend the right knee. Slowly open up the right hip. You want to lift the knee as high as we can, stacking the right hip on top of the left. Try to square the shoulders as much as you can. Just feel that opening on the right side body. And coming back to 3-legged dog. Inhale. Now exhale, drive the right knee in towards the chest. Drop the right knee down. Drop the left knee down. Inhale, low lunge. Arms up. Exhale, interlace fingers behind your back. Once again, point the index fingers down towards the mat. Draw the shoulder blades together. Squeeze the left buttock. And keep lunging into the right thigh. Careful not to compress that lower back. Instead, stretch from the belly, lifting the heart. And slow release. You want to come to half splits now. Shifting the hips back. Engaging the right toes, pushing the heel into the mat on the right side. Feel your shins and your thighs firming up. That will relax the back of the leg. Once you're here, again, feel that hinge on the hips. Balance. Exhale, fold down. Slow the breath down. Option here, you can always just play around with the balance with no hands. Otherwise, you can use the fingertips for support. And release, coming back to low lunge. This time we're coming to the hip extension or external rotation. Then twist your body, have your right hand press onto the thigh. Again, you don't want your body to fall too far out to the side. Keep it to the center and work on that external rotation of the hip on the right side, coming to the outer edges of the right foot. Option to stay or continue on, bending the left knee. Reach the right hand, grab hold of the foot, and gently pull the heel in towards the buttock. This can be quite intense. Just staying here for 3 breaths. And slowly release. Shifting back to half splits. This time we're going to pivot on the left knee. Turn out. So engage shins and thighs. So muscles work in opposite. So the firmer you have in the front, the back will release. Next, have the right hand on the shin, left arm up, and side bend. Left hand down towards the right foot. Feel it stretching, starting all the way from the left hip here. And maybe turn your head up, look up towards the sky. And as you release, find your way back to downward dog. Step back. We're going to finish off with a pigeon pose. So step the left foot forward, cross to the right wrist, drop the left knee down, and drop the right knee down. So we start off with an active pigeon. Make sure the hips are squared. If this is too intense, you can always bring the left heel closer into the right hip. Yeah? Just make sure the shoulders stack on top of the hips. And when you're ready, we're going to fold all the way down. Resting here for 5 deep breaths. Now, if you want to make it slightly more engaging, you can always extend the arms out forward, pressing onto the fingertips, and feel the length of the side body stretching as you bring your foot down to the mat. And slowly coming back up. Step back downward dog, switch sides. So now you step the right foot cross over to the left wrist, drop the right knee down, and again adjust the heel accordingly, because this can be quite intense on the knee joint. You want to work quite carefully. Starting, easiest version is the heel closer to the hip, and then you can make your way out, coming to parallel towards the knee. Active pigeon, so you really want to stack upper torso over the hips and keep the belly engaged to prevent any compression in that lower back. And now we slowly move into what I call a sleeping pigeon. So you can just gently fold down. Option, you can just rest on top of your palms or hands, or use this more active pigeon where your extended arms are pressing into the ground through the fingertips and resting the forehead on the mat last. Try to relax the hips, relax the lower body, let gravity do its thing. And slowly walk the palms back in. Step back downward dog. Bend both knees, look forward. Gently hop. Forward bend. Inhale, halfway up, flat back position. Exhale, deep fold. Inhale, rise to stand. Palms over your head. Exhale, palms down towards your heart. And there you go. A little short 10-minute sequence for you. Post-run, feel better. I hope you enjoyed that session. For more videos, please check out our channel, Homo Sapiens, or come by to our center in Uptown, Damansara Jaya. And we'll see you then. Alright, take care.